All right, guys. So yesterday we got some pretty surprising news in that the Green Bay Packers were re-signing AJ Dillon. We heard reports over the past month that the Packers likely weren't looking to bring back AJ Dillon, but yesterday the opposite happened and they did in fact re-sign AJ Dillon. And Green Bay used a rare 4-year qualifying offer on AJ Dillon to keep him around. And to summarize that very quickly, it's pretty much a no-risk type of deal. It's a little bit more than the veteran minimum, and we'll go over the contract here. I was a little bit surprised to see them bring back AJ Dillon, but then once I saw the contract and the numbers, I was like, this is a no-brainer because there's really no risk from the Green Bay Packers, and they could even cut AJ Dillon before the season starts, and they won't lose anything, and I'll get into that here in a second. But I really thought the Packers would go into this draft with just Josh Jacobs, and I guess you could consider Emmanuel Wilson in that backfield. But I thought they'd go and, draft a running back in the middle rounds, which I still think they'll do. I still think the Packers will end up drafting a running back in this draft, maybe even two, because again, there's no risk with AJ Dillon. And even if they do carry him on the roster into the season, which I do see happening, I still think they want another running back in that room, a rookie from this class. All right, so now let's look at his exact contract, what his cap hit is, and what I mean by that there's really no risk for the Green Bay Packers. So bringing it up here, the base of it comes out as a 1-year, $2.742 million contract, $167,000 signing bonus. And what's very unique about this deal is what that tweet said, a rare 4-year qualifying offer, is there's no real downside for the Packers side here. As we see here, his cap hit for this season is $1.292 million, even though his base salary is $2.575 million. So basically, if he does stick around and does play the entire season, he will earn more money, but he doesn't get that right now. And more importantly, if we look here at the post June 1st release, which is what it would be, say after preseason, before the season, if they were to release AJ Dillon, they would have no dead cap in 2024 and of course 2025, and they would save that $1.292 million, the exact cap hit on his contract. So there's absolutely zero risk in this signing, and I'm all for that. It seems like AJ Dillon really wanted to stay in Green Bay because it's not often a player would sign a deal like this. Like, usually players want some type of guarantee where it's like, hey, I'm signing a contract, I'm going to get some type of money, right? But the signing bonus is only $167,000. So either two things. AJ Dillon's market was really, really bad on the free agency side, so other teams weren't offering anything, or they're offering something really low to where it's like, hey, I'd rather just stay in Green Bay if I'm going to be paid little bit anyways. But it seems like AJ Dillon really loves Green Bay, and he really wanted to stay here. He's gone on record multiple times saying he wants to remain a Packer no matter what happens. There was even a clip on him when he was streaming basically saying, hey, when I can't run anymore, I'll transition into long snapper just to remain on the Packers. So it seems like a guy that just wants to be a Green Bay Packer his entire life, and I do commend that. Obviously, guys deserve to go get their money, but if he wasn't able to get it anywhere else and said, hey, I want to stay here in Green Bay and have the ability to earn some money if, I make the team and play well, he's still a good complementary running back. We're going to have Josh Jacobs as the sole runner this season. I do believe it's going to be more of a Josh Jacobs show, whereas in the past, we're used to Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon kind of switching out more throughout the game. I don't think that's going to be the case with Josh Jacobs. I mean, this guy's a workhorse. He's a bell cow type of back where it's like you can give him those 25, 30 carries a game, no problem. He's done that in his career, where that was kind of an issue with Aaron Jones in terms of his health and keeping him healthy, where Josh Jacobs is kind of the opposite. So I'm really interested to see how this running back room shapes out throughout the entire offseason. Like I said, I still think the Packers draft someone. They could even draft a running back in the 3rd round. That's definitely not off the table just because they brought back AJ Dillon. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm completely fine with this because there's no risk for the Green Bay Packers, and they could go through the offseason, draft a guy in the draft and say, hey, that's going to be our number 2 running back, and they could release AJ Dillon with no loss to their salary cap or anything. So I'm completely okay and on board with this deal. But I appreciate you guys coming by. Just a quick update on AJ Dillon being re-signed to the Green Bay Packers. I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, go Pack Go.